Friday Night Lights, or should I say Friday Night Gymnasium. I'm Kyle Smith with the HETV Game of the Week as the Barrington Broncos take on the Fremd Vikings. Fremd is 12-4 overall on the year and 2-1 in conference play, their only conference loss being to Conant. Now Barrington is 9-6 on the season. They're 1-2 in conference. They've lost to Schaumburg and Conant. This is a big game for Fremd as they try to battle with Conant for first place in the Midwest Suburban Conference. The Game of the Week coming up next between Barrington and Fremd.
Welcome to tonight's varsity contest between the Barrington Broncos and your Fremd Vikings. Now let's see tonight's starting lineup. For Barrington, at guard, number 10, Mickey O'Donnell. And for the Vikings, at guard, number 4, Kyle Sliwa. For the Broncos, a forward, number 15, Brett Butzing. And for the Vikings, a guard, number 10, Peyton Kim. For the Broncos, a guard, number 20, Ben Weber. And for your Vikings, a guard, number 30, Ryan Martin. For the Broncos at center, number 22, Ethan Small. And for the Vikings, a guard, number 33, Patrick Benka. Rounding out the lineup for the Broncos, number 32, at center, Will Reinhardt. And for the Vikings, at forward, number 35, Brian Domke. Tonight's officials, Dan Dyra, Dan Kaczynski, and Jim Sullivan.
All right, well, the HETV Game of the Week is about to begin between the Barrington Broncos and the Fremd Vikings. Should be a good one as Fremd's trying to move to 13-4 on the season. Barrington, on the other hand, trying to get in double digits, their 10th victory on the year. And the opposing centers for Barrington is Will Reinhardt and Brian Domke, who can also shoot from beyond the arc. He's playing center for Fremd.
Fremd, a team with balanced scoring attack. They've got three guys that'll probably be in double figures easily. Peyton Kim, Patrick Benka, and Brian Domke. So they got triple threat on offense.
4 seconds in the game, we almost saw the first turnover of the game. A very risky pass. Deflected, but Barrington keeps possession of it. Well, we've seen Fremd before, so we know what they can do, Bruce, but first time for me, in fact, seeing this Barrington team. A lot of ball movement so far. Beautiful pass inside, stolen away!
Nice move.
Beautiful steal.
Peyton Kim sneaking under there, stealing the ball.
Takes the move inside, and beautiful steal by Kim because Reinhardt had nothing but an open layup, as he definitely has a size advantage over the point guard Kim. Tried to get the shot up, but he didn't have the ball yet. 3-point shot. Rickles in.
3-point basket, Peyton Kim.
Not one, not two, but three friendly bounces. And it finally goes through as Fremd takes an early 3-0 lead.
A bounce for each point. So Barrington back on the attack.
So far, some good defense by Fremd. We saw that last year. Our last game was mid-December as Fremd played some very good defense on Conant. Inside the paint, 2 points for Ethan Small.
Basket by Ethan Small.
Ironic that Small is their center there. You'd think he'd be small forward.
Were you taught all these jokes, Bruce, or do they just come with the age?
They're like vinegar. Oh, and just sloppy ball handling by both teams here.
Inside, beautiful pass, and he was definitely fouled. Hit the wrist, and it goes off the wrist of Domke, and he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Follows on Ethan Small of the Broncos, their first. Brian Domke
Well, it's a
shooting
3-2 game, but if we count the turnovers, Barrington would be down by at least 5 points. They just keep making erratic passes. You think they're a little frantic playing on the road tonight, Bruce?
I don't know about frantic. Maybe a little bit rusty coming off the break. But Fremd's intimidating to go up against at any time of the year.
Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by the Broncos, and the Broncos looking at getting their fast break set, and they do. But Fremd, they're so quick on defense. They not only have good size, but they have a lot of speed. Another bad pass, and it was last touch by the Broncos, last touch by Ben Weber. Fremd ball.
It looks like Barrington's trying to feed Small under the basket. We'll have to see if they're going to change things up here at all tonight, or if that's what they're going to be doing all night long.
Well, you hate to see all of those long passes. They're so easy to deflect and steal the other way. That's the second one I've seen, and we still got 5:45 remaining in the first quarter. That was a tough shot. Beautiful defense by Mickey O'Donnell.
Domke not having an easy time of it under the basket.
Well, it looks like the Barrington offense is simple. Try to get it inside, and if there's an open look, they'll take it, but they're going to try to pound that paint as much as possible.
Gravel. Turn the ball over.
Brett Budzik with the turnover.
It was Mickey O'Donnell shooting the 3. Came up short on it. Peyton Kim bringing the ball up.
Younger brothers on the sophomore team. Sophomores played before this one. 3-pointer, good! 3 points for Patrick Benka. So far, Barrington looks a little overmatched, although they're only down by 5, but that was almost turned over, but a reach-in foul by Patrick Benka.
And we've seen the Fremd defense just be dominant at times, and that's how they're starting off here tonight.
The only Achilles heel of this Fremd team might be that offense. The last time we did that game, Fremd Conant, they had Conant on the ropes, and then they just couldn't hit shots.
Nope. And there's another, they tried to get it inside to Small and were able to knock the pass away.
Open shot, and it's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Ryan Martin.
Ryan Martin for the Vikings.
The sophomore stud. Timeout by the Broncos. 10-2. Very early on in this game, Bruce, but man, Fremd's playing with a lot of intensity. They're just really not messing around. They're trying to get open looks, and they're really creating havoc on defense.
The Vikings just raining those 3-pointers, and they've had some good looks underneath the basket as well.
But as we saw last year, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. Those open looks that Fremd hit against Conant, they didn't fall in the second half. So if you're Barrington, don't be terrified by all those made 3s. Eventually, the law of probability says that they're not going to fall.
But they are now, so they're taking advantage of them. And those 3s should spread out the Barrington defense so they can get into the paint later on. You got to respect the long shot here.
Oh, absolutely. The problem with Barrington is not that Fremd is making open 3s. Well, like I said, they're open 3s. If they're contested, you'll give that up all day. But if they're wide open looks, can't have that for the Broncos.
Got to tighten down the D.
Once again, having a lot of problems trying to get it inside the paint. Drives in, tough layup. Doesn't get it to go. Turnaround shot, no good. Air ball, last touch by the Broncos. The fans weren't happy with the call.
No, that was my friend.
Did I say? Oh, yeah, it was last touch by Fremd. I thought I said Fremd.
Oh.
Post up move, beautiful post up move, and it's good.
Jackson
Perkins on that one. So
comes off the bench and gives him 2 points.
Barrington applying some muscle in the paint. Oh, rejected there. Mickey O'Donnell trying for the layup and just has that slapped back.
Well, Bruce, the backcourt can drive to the hoop, but sometimes that's why they're called the backcourt. And when you mess with the front court, sometimes you don't look too good.
No. Especially, it looks like Fremd's got a pretty good size advantage.
But beautiful block there. That one's stolen away.
Again.
Good help defense. Reverse layup, no good. On the follow through.
Put back by Kyle Sliwa.
Kyle Sliwa with the basket. 12-4 is our score.
And the scoring by Fremd is spread out. Everyone hitting, everyone with one basket.
You gotta love that the help defense on that though. That could have been an easy layup, and the help defense by Barrington didn't give up on the play, forced the reverse layup. But just Sliwa with the great job on the attack, and was able to get the follow through basket. 12-4 is our score.
Good thing Fremd didn't just sit back and watch that happen, or it wouldn't have gone. Good follow up.
Another tough pass. And eventually it's picked up there by O'Donnell. Barrington the other way. Barrington in their half-court set, having all kinds of trouble on offense tonight. That was a tough look. Rebounded by Perkins. Doing a great job off the bench.
Yeah, Perkins brings some good height in there for the Broncos.
Air ball picked up by O'Donnell. Who says the backcourt players can't rebound? Nice job by O'Donnell getting the rebound after the air ball shot. Deflected away. Barrington remains in possession.
Domke, the last one to touch that.
Taking the inbounds is Budzik. Budzik doesn't have a single point tonight. As Barrington's in their half-court set. Drives to the hoop. Mid-range shot near the top of the key.
And it's good.
Bring it up. 12-6 is our score. Budzik gets on the board with his first 2 points of the evening. Beautiful pass inside. Help defense there by Perkins. Wide open shot. No good. I guess they're going to say over the back against Fremd. Yep, over the back, and it's Barrington ball.
Couldn't have bounced around that rim much more on that three-pointer, but still wouldn't go.
Team's third.
Like we said, Bruce, the law of probability. The first shot of the game.
And for the Vikings, number 12.
It rang around 3 times, then went in. That one looks like it's going to be a perfect 3. Sometimes the rim is your friend, and other times he's your worst enemy.
Not a lot of elevation on that shot. Went in flat. So Fremd up by 6 here, 12-6. Barrington, nice
Wide
open look.
3, no good. Rebounded again by O'Donnell. How about that? 2 rebounds in a minute.
Great hustle by O'Donnell.
Shot no good. Rebounded by the Vikings. Credit on the rebound to Samson Oladimaji. Sliwa again. 3-pointer good.
Now Sliwa.
Great job there, though, by Anthony Spahn by not committing the foul. He was close to fouling him, gave up on the play, and made sure to not make it a 4-point play.
Another wide open look, just not falling for Barrington.
Well, it's obvious that head coach Bob Widlowski, he did a scouting report on this Barrington team. They want to go inside the paint. Fremd is really not letting them do any of that. They're making them shoot the long-range shot, and it's just not falling. They're pretty much going right into the Fremd game plan on defense.
Fremd is sticking to them like glue on defense. Very tight defense. It's giving Barrington fits, and even when they do get the open look, it's not falling for them.
Barrington's bread and butter is getting it inside to their power forwards and centers, and it's just not working tonight because Fremd read the scouting report. They're making them shoot those long-range shots, and they're not falling for Barrington. See what kind of adjustments they make later on in the first half. Now in the NBA, that would be 2 free throws, but in high school and college, there is no continuation if it's called before the shot.
Team's third.
No free throws.
And for Barrington, number 15, Brett Budzik.
So fouls tied at 3 apiece here.
In fact, in the NBA, they still might not even call that in the act of shooting because it was called just before he drove. Would have been an interesting call if it was the NBA game.
Oh, jump ball.
Tied up possession arrow to the Vikings.
Nicky O'Donnell with the quick hands, able to get in there, grab it, tie it up.
And of course, the Minnesota Vikings are playing tomorrow against the Seahawks. Who do you think is going to win that one, Bruce?
I'm thinking probably Seattle.
Oh, man.
But you never know. They've been hot lately.
Ooh, we had a wide open look, decided not to take it. Fremd is going to stick to their game plan, try to wait, get a better look. Slee one, no good. Rebounded by the Broncos. Well, they're trying to adjust to this Fremd defense by trying to get into a quicker half-court set or get on the fast break. But, man, Fremd is so quick, and they got back on defense right away to try to avoid a fast break opportunity for the Broncos.
They are. Fremd's always had good speed.
And for the Vikings,
Quick teams.
Peyton Kim.
Makes it tough on the other team.
Two things you can't teach in basketball, speed and size. And the third one you can't teach for me is science. I always suck at that. Except chemistry, I was all right at that. 15-6 is our score, and that goes off the foot of Barrington. Viking ball. The Vikings are full control. This one they lead by 3 3-pointers.
Trying to get it to Small again on the inside. Not able to do it.
Sean Patel came off the bench with 28 seconds left. Inbound play, and he gets it to Kim. Back to Patel. Full court defense. And now Fremd on the attack. Peyton Kim with it, and he'll reset for the final shot of the first half. Nine seconds now. Kim with it. Fakes the three. Fakes the pass. Oh, and misses the layup. 1 second left, and I guess he didn't see the clock. Tried to pass it down to Budzik. Budzik didn't have enough time, and the game clock ran out before the shot, so 15-6 is our score. Wow, that was a beautiful pass inside. He faked me out of my pants. I thought it was going back to the top of the key. Got it inside to the paint instead, and just wasn't able to hit the layup. It was a contested shot, by the way. It wasn't wide open.
A lot of Meiji had that. He had a good shot there and just not able to get it to fall.
Well, if everybody on Barrington had the kind of hustle that Mickey O'Donnell has tonight, it might be a different score. O'Donnell's doing everything he can, not just at point guard with the passes, but he has a couple of rebounds tonight. But other than that, they're just being stifled by this Fremd defense.
Yeah, if O'Donnell had a few more inches on him, no telling what he could do. And at the high school level, it's not that important to be over 6 feet, but come college, gets tougher, and then the pros.
Not necessarily. Muggsy Bogues, Nate Robinson.
There were a
few.
few.
They make it work. You don't have to be 6 foot.
The exceptions that prove the rule.
Does help a little bit if you're even today's NBA. You got to be at least 6'2" to play the point. It's ridiculous.
He's definitely got the hustle for it, though. So O'Donnell going to inbound it here to start the second period.
Ben Weber.
Oh, sorry.
Ben Weber started tonight. Mickey O'Donnell just an inch shy of 6 foot. It's 5'11". As finally gets it inside the paint, but ran out of room, and ball goes eventually out of bounds. Last one to touch it for the Vikings is Samson Oladimeji.
Number 35.
I wish he got the basketball more, Bruce. I love saying that last name. Oladimeji.
That's a mouthful for sure.
Samson. Awesome first name, too. Samson.
His hair's too short to be a Samson.
There we go. Just couldn't get it to go, but that's what I want to see. More dribbling, less passing. See if you can get something to the basket. See if you can come off those screens hard and get something to the basket. Get some shots off. No more long-range shots for a minute. It's not working right now for Barrington.
But then again, neither is the short stuff.
Mid-range shot, good.
Domke with his second bucket of the night.
Well, if that shot's hitting for Fremd, it might be a long night for the Broncos because that was a very hard mid-range shot. It was almost a three-pointer. He was just inside the three-point arc, and 17-6 is our score now. Barrington on offense.
And we've got to start getting them to fall.
Beautiful move by Weber. Gets the layup to go. 17-8.
Ben Weber.
And
for the
Bruce, is it
Broncos.
just me or does Barrington look like they're in a better rhythm in the second quarter?
Well, they're certainly hustling more, but then
On the other
Fremd
end,
coming
Ryan
right
Lemke.
back.
Well, that's all right, because the defense for Barrington has been there. Obviously, in basketball, the shots are going to fall eventually for the opposing team, but you need to see a little bit more rhythm, a little bit more hustle, and we're seeing that out of Barrington. Excellent job. Gets it to the hoop. Just not able to get it to fall. Last touch by
Fremd.
Fremd, and it's going to be...
Oh, did they call?
I guess they called
Oh.
it. Yeah, I guess they
Call
said he
foul.
pushed him in the back.
Number
fourth
4,
team
Kyle
foul
Slua
against
enters the
the-
lineup for Fremd.
Broncos.
And for Barrington, number 24, Jackson Perkins.
So that on small.
19-8 is our score with 6:17 remaining here in the second quarter. Peyton Kim back in the game at the point guard position.
And Small taking a seat after picking up that penalty.
There's Sampson. He passes it to his teammate. Back to Oladimeji.
We're going to have that down by the end of the game.
Peyton Kim with it. And they're going to say it was a carry. And it's Bronco ball. Not to be confused with the Denver Broncos, who play next week in the playoffs. Peyton Manning's back at quarterback. How about that, Bruce?
He is. That'll be interesting. See how much rust there is. I was surprised by that.
I was not shocked, but I thought that Brock has been the better quarterback this season. Brock Osweiler for the Broncos.
Definitely the more recent quarterback, doing pretty well.
Peyton Kim fakes the shot, drives to the hoop. Over the taller defender, off the backboard, and good.
Kim for the Vikings.
Picture perfect basketball there. Fremd now leads by 13.
That's 5 on the night for Kim.
Beautiful team basketball. 5 for Kim, 5 for Sliwa, as that basket's good for the Broncos off the backboard by Reinhardt, and 5 points for Domke.
That's good by Will Reinhardt.
Fremd can beat you in a lot of different ways, and they play great team basketball. Mid-range shot. That one falls. Oh, my goodness.
Connor Simios with that bucket.
Well, it ain't over yet, but, man, it just doesn't look like Barrington's night as those shots keep falling for the Vikings.
We'll see if Fremd can keep the intensity up.
Fremd going into their fast break now. Stolen away. Beautiful job there by Perkins. He's giving them a lot of energy off the bench.
Yes, he is. Doing a great job.
Ben Weber fakes the inside move, passes it inside. Posts up on Oladimeji. The fadeaway shot. The rim was not helpful to him there, and it's rebounded by the Vikings.
Barrington with those 2 tall players in the paint. Still not able to get it to go.
23-10 is our score as the Vikings are going to play a little clock here. No need to rush. They're in full control of this one.
Oh,
Tough
bad pass.
Stolen away by Weber. Attacks.
No.
Charge.
Great defense by Peyton Kim to get back and get
Player
set up for
control
that
foul
charge.
number 20.
Always a tough call by the officials.
Ben Weber.
That seemed like the right call.
Timeout,
Weber didn't like the
Barrington.
call, but do you ever like the call when it's against you?
Never.
23-10 is our score with the timeout here. 3:57 remaining here in the second quarter. Well, Barrington has adjusted. They've been a little bit more intense. Better passing, better dribbling. It just really hasn't done much of a difference because Fremd keeps hitting everything in sight.
And Barrington's just not able to get him to go. Have to see if the Vikings can keep this up in the second half.
Well, usually in basketball, there's one player on a team where you want to focus on all the time on defense, but with Fremd, it's just everybody's hitting shots. You really can't corner on Domke because then Peyton Kim starts hitting shots. You start trying to double Kim, then Sliwa hits a 3. It's just kind of pick your poison right now for Barrington, and until Fremd starts missing shots, it's just going to keep getting worse for the Broncos.
And that's the way it's been all season. Those 3 players for the Vikings just consistently in double figures.
Of course, don't forget Ryan Martin, the sophomore stud. Stands at 6'3". He's a guard on this team. But man, Patrick Banka, he's 6'8", listed as a guard. He could even play center. That's just a lot of length and a lot of speed to have to deal with when he's 6'8" and he can run like a deer.
Size and speed, a killer combination in basketball. Oh, gave up the dribble a little bit early, but able to get the pass off.
As Fremd in their half-court set. A lot of good defense here by Barrington, making them pass behind the three-point arc. Can't get anything to the basket.
So Barrington turning up the heat on defense.
A lot of passing, can't get anything inside though. Back to Patel on the key.
Barrington giving Fremd a taste of their own medicine.
On the right wing with Kim. A nice crossover there, back to Patel. Long three-point shot attempt off the back iron. Rebounded by the Vikings, and then a foul called against Brett Budzik.
So Fremd having to force one up there. Had a good look, but he was well behind the three-point arc. And then able to hustle for the rebound.
23-10 is our score as we're nearing the 3-minute mark of the first half. Fakes the pass to the right wing and back to the top of the key. Well, Barrington's playing good defense here, but they just can't get the rebounds. That's also hurting them. Fremd just playing a little bit better team basketball. Barrington's playing a good game, but I would say that Fremd is playing a great one. Three-point shot, air ball, rebounded again.
Excellent hustle by the Vikings.
Patel tried to draw the foul, but it was incidental contact.
How are they able to get all those rebounds? Barrington just not. They've given up 4 in a row here.
Drives to the basket, fakes the shot, three-point shot at the corner. Rebounded again by Fremd. Went to his face. I don't think he was fouled there. I think it was just incidental contact. Drives to the hoop. Reverse layup. Good. Ryan Martin with the shot goes in, 25-10.
That gives him 5 points on the night.
Well, if we're going to point to one possession that really got bad for Barrington in the game, it's that one. They had 4 chances to rebound the ball, couldn't get it to go, and that foul's called.
Over the back.
Foul is on number 14, Sean Patel. Team's 5th.
Jackson Perkins back on the line.
Jackson Perkins.
Patel with great hustle out there. And almost a good defensive play.
What happened on that last possession, Bruce? Was Barrington just not boxing out good enough, or was just Fremd just hustling more to the ball?
Barrington just seemed lethargic.
And for the Vikings, number 4, Kyle Sliwa, and number 34,
Fremd was definitely hustling and working, and Barrington had the good defense, but just wasn't following it up.
A total defensive team. Not only can they block shots, can they force turnovers, but you got to be able to rebound. And rebounding is an art. It's not just about size. It's about knowing where your opponent is at all times and making sure that he's not in a good route to get that rebound if the ball goes off the back iron.
And Barrington not able to hit a free throw. There's a nice block by Barrington.
Barrington on the fast break. That was a nifty little shot.
Will Reinhardt.
They took the angle away from him, and he still hit it, and that shot was good by Will Reinhardt. Well, this one's definitely not over yet, Bruce. They're only down by 12, a couple of stops and a couple of three-pointers, and Barrington's right back in this one.
And they are playing a lot better defense.
Just got to work on that rebounding, though.
Definitely.
Off the pick. And I think that Fremd's a little rattled now. The shots that they were willing to take earlier in the second quarter, I think the hustle they've seen by Barrington's kind of gotten them off kilter a little bit.
Yeah, they are definitely off their game a little bit.
Finally pulls the trigger and the shot goes. Another shot good by Brian Domke. 7 points. He's the leading scorer for Fremd tonight. Weber fakes the shot on the far corner and brought it back out to the top of the key. And it goes off Reinhardt's knee. Out of bounds. Viking basketball.
And for the Vikings,
just took his eye off that pass.
Luke Shostall.
Low pass, but definitely should have been able to handle that.
Damaji with the inbounds pass, gets it back, tries to pass it, and then has to dribble a little bit. Finally able to pass it to Peyton Kim, and Fremd will reset. Now we're under 10 seconds left in the second half. Got a nice look, top of the key three, no good. Oladimiji. And the rebound attempt doesn't go through.
27, Barrington,
So
13.
Fremd leads at the half by 14 points. 27 to Barrington's 13.
So Barrington just having trouble scoring in both periods, 6 in the first, 7 in the second. Whereas Fremd had 15 in the first and 12 in the second.
More importantly, though, got to be able to rebound. The key point in the first half, when Fremd was up 23-10, we saw 4 different occasions Barrington was just lethargic out there and just didn't get the rebound.
It almost looked like the Vikings playing volleyball.
Well, 27-13 is our score. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make in the second half, but if Fremd keeps hitting those shots, it's not going to make a little bit of difference because even if they're contested, the shots are going for Fremd tonight.
And we'll be back with the second half in a few minutes.
Welcome, your varsity Fremd guard.
welcome back. Getting ready for the second half to start here in just a few seconds. Barrington chasing 14 points.
And they're chasing more than that when it comes to trying to guard some of these Fremd players.
Ladies and
It's just such
gentlemen,
an
baked
even
goods are on sale outside in the hallway.
team
Prices are
basketball that we've
reduced to
seen from
$1.
And
All
this is
proceeds
just
and
what they've been
sales
doing
go
all
to the
year, and I'm just
Cambodia
taking their
Initiative
last
to
game
help
before
kids
this
go to
one
high school.
when they beat Waukegan 50-34. Just some of the notable numbers in that. Kyle Sliwa led the game with 13 points, but then Samson Oladimaji had 8, Brian Domke 7, Peyton Kim 6. I mean, it's a very even attack when all 5 starters are on the floor for Fremd. There's a timeout called there.
Timeout Viking.
10 seconds into the second half, but
Barrington with that stifling defense had Peyton Kim double teamed, couldn't do anything with it, had to call a timeout. So Barrington definitely turning up the intensity here. Now they just need to get some shots to fall.
so Fremd has 4 losses on the year, like we said before the broadcast, 12-4 coming into this one. 2 of those losses came in a holiday tournament. They went 2-2 in that one. It was the Wheeling Hardwood Classic. And other than that, though, the 2 losses in the holiday tournament, they lost a tough one to Conant that they led for most of that game. And besides that, this Fremd team has been very good all season.
Yes, they have. Nice wide open look there. 3 for
Three-point basket,
Benka.
Patrick
They
Benka.
just seem to know where they're at all times on the court. Great team basketball, great passing, great ball movement. It just seems like Fremd, most of the time this season, the adjective great has been a way to describe them.
And Kim with the great hustle right there. Able to pull down that pass.
And let's not mistake things here. Barrington is a good team. They're 9-6 on the season. Looking for their 10th one if they find a way to come back. And it's backcourt violation. They're down by 17. Obviously not unheard of comeback, but until they start hitting some 3-pointers, Bruce, I don't think the comeback effort is going to happen for the Broncos tonight.
Or even 2-pointers. They're just not getting anything to fall.
Well, their game plan, as it's been most of the year, is pound the paint, and Fremd knows what their strength is, and they've been able to eliminate that most of the night. What's the easiest way to come back, Bruce? Get to the line and stop the clock. Nice job there by, it looks like they called it before the foul. I thought it was in the act of shooting, but I guess they called it just before he got the shot off.
There's a
Three-point
field
basket,
goal.
Mickey O'Donnell.
Keep feeding Mickey O'Donnell. We saw a lot of hustle from him in the first half. Nothing else has been working, so why not try to get Mickey O'Donnell involved in the offense? See if some of his shots go through.
Those his first points of the evening.
Fremd basketball still. Looks like it was last touched by Weber.
Brian Martin getting the ball in.
A lot of intensity so far from the Bronco defense. They forced Fremd to call a timeout 10 seconds into the second half. Another 3-point look. That one's no good. Rebounded by Barrington. Barrington on the fast break. And then they'll slow it down. Inside pass, left-handed layup goes down for Reinhardt.
So 6 on the evening for Reinhardt.
I don't see any fat lady singing yet, Bruce. We still got a game, 30-18. Fremd still has to hit some shots to put this one away. And it was a reach-in foul there. Foul called by number 15. That's Brett Budzik.
Fouls on Brett Budzik.
4
Broncos
team fouls
first.
for the Vikings, 3 for the Broncos. 5:55 remaining here in the third quarter. If there's anything that Fremd needs to work on, they're not as aggressive as we saw most of that first half. They've seen an open look, and they've been kind of a little greedy in trying to find that perfect shot. Weber, mid-range shot in transition, goes down, and they're only down 10. Here come the Broncos.
4 for Weber. And Barrington doing to Fremd in the second half what Fremd did to them in the first half.
Wow.
Patrick Benka for 3.
That kind of silences the comeback attempt, at least for a couple minutes. As Patrick Banka hits a very long three, and it was a hand in his face, too.
Gonna say, I hate to see those long-range shots, but they're falling.
That one was contested, too, but it looks like Banka's in a rhythm now. But the Bronco offense in general is in a rhythm now as they answer once again. That time, Brett Budzik gets inside the paint, gets the layup to go. 33-22 is our score.
Well, Barrington trying to whittle away at the lead. Reach-in foul there.
I like the aggression, though. Banka's been hitting those long-range shots, and how do you try to disrupt his rhythm? Try to get in his face. Maybe commit a little reach-in foul. Let him know you're there.
Foul is on Ethan Small, the Broncos' second. In for Barrington, number 24.
Small's going to sit down again. He could be in foul trouble here pretty quick. He's got 3 out so far.
Very controlled team this Fremd team is. We saw Peyton Kim go over to Patrick Banka, told him to calm down. That's all right, we got this. And just a very good team basketball. It takes a lot to rattle this Viking team.
But we saw Conant was able to do it, and do it in the second half.
Peyton Kim with the three-point shot.
And it falls.
Peyton Kim.
That's a little disheartening if you're a Bronco fan. They just got it within 10 points, and then a couple of nice shots go down for the Vikings, and it's back to a 14-point lead for the Vikings.
And great defense in the paint, but Fremd kicks it out for the 3, and they're falling for him.
Three-point shot by O'Donnell. Rims around 3 times, goes in, and like Bruce said, 1 point for every rattle.
So 6 points for O'Donnell.
No, it's not yours, her.
Barrington on the fast break now.
Oh, nice defense. Peyton Kim knocking that one away.
And for the Vikings, number 20, Luke Shostall.
36-25 is our score. Only 11-point deficit by the Broncos. If they can get it within 5 by the end of the third quarter, you got to like the Broncos' chances to finish the comeback. Timeout by Barrington.
So Barrington with great intensity here.
The defense really picked it up. I mean, we kind of saw that towards the end of the second half, and since then, the only person that's really been causing problems for them on the offensive end for Fremd has been Patrick Bank, but even then, his shots have been mostly contested.
And Peyton Kim able to hit one here in the second half, so they're still spreading it around between the big 3 there.
Total points for the night, 9 points for Patrick Banka, 8 for Peyton Kim, 7 for Brian Domke.
Hard to defend 3 people. Just not enough defense to double team everyone.
Well, as long as those mid-range shots go for Barrington, they have a good chance of coming back in this game. Especially in transition, they've really been able to make it hurt. Fremd's transition defense is definitely not as good when they force teams get into their half-court set.
Nope, but they've been able to answer here so far.
So Barrington has been able to get in transition because of those forced turnovers. Let's see if they keep pushing the ball when they know that the Fremd defense is on their heels. Fakes the pass to Weber, and then gets it out inside the paint. Fakes a move. Not able to get that one go. And
Perkins underneath just can't get it to drop.
And I know he wants that one back because that was a golden opportunity to get it within 9, under 10. Banka pump fakes twice, drives, loses his dribble, passes it out to Kim. Kim off the screen and back out to the right wing. Back out to Banka. Banka with the 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Weber. 36-25 is our score. Under 3 minutes left now here in the third quarter. Fakes the 3-pointer. Pump fake to the lane. Are they going to say he traveled? Nope, they're going to say it's a reach-in foul. That is the third team foul called against the Fremd Vikings. A couple of changes here now.
Foul is number 35, Brian Domke, his second.
And my boy Samson Oladimiji back in the game. Samson Oladimiji stands at 6'4", 185 pounds. He's a senior on this team, one of many for Fremd. We only have one sophomore on the roster.
Again, trying to get it inside. Turned away by Fremd.
Weber, nice job faking the shot. Good pass, rebounded by Barrington. Oh, good job by Perkins. And they're going to say it was fouled probably before the shot.
Nice travel.
Oh, late call. Perkins not happy about it. And I kind of sympathize with Perkins. If you're going to call a travel, you got to call it right away. Now it kind of seems like they changed their call. I agree with the call, but I think you got to call that right away or stick with your original one.
But good follow through by Barrington to stay in there and get the second shot. Just wasn't working for him.
Well, win or lose this one, Bruce, Barrington's definitely made adjustments, and they've definitely fixed what really ailed them in the first half, especially rebounding. Wide open look. And they're going to say it's a charging call against the Vikings.
Wow.
And just like we saw against Conant, a couple things don't go Fremd's way, and the other team just inches their way back in it. Just inch their way back in it.
Well, we'll see if we can get the lead down to single digits here.
As we learned from Happy Gilmore, just tap it in. Give it a little tap tap. You ever see the movie Happy Gilmore, Bruce?
No, I have not.
You have not seen the movie Happy Gilmore?
I have not seen it.
It is one of the very few good Adam Sandler movies. The pre-2000 Adam Sandler was very funny. And then something happened, and he's made some stinkers.
Well, my son's mentioned it a couple times. I may have to take a look at it.
If you liked, if you liked Caddyshack, you'll like Happy Gilmore.
Okay. Be happy to see it.
Ooh,
rims out.
Doesn't get it to go. Perkins with the rebound.
And the foul.
Definitely was a lot of reach-in action there. They were all over Perkins' shoulder. Hard to believe this Perkins guy doesn't start. He's got a lot of intensity, a lot of good post-up moves.
Second for the Vikings, number 4,
Maybe the defense is a little lackluster, but hey, it was lackluster for Carlos Boozer. He started every game for the Bulls. Earned a little bit of money, too, while he did it.
Yes, he did.
A couple of fans thought he earned a little bit too much money, but I think they're all a little overpaid. Stolen away by Fremd, and they go the other way.
And a reach-in foul.
He did not have a clear path to the basket, so that's a regular reach-in foul.
Number 20, Ben Weber, the team's third.
I think they should rethink that rule, Bruce. If it's definitely clear he fouled him on purpose to avoid a fast break or a wide-open layup, you think they should rethink that clear path foul rule? I mean, that was he definitely did it on purpose.
Yeah, I didn't want to give up the fast break. I don't know.
It's definitely something to think about because it was definitely an on-purpose foul. It's not a technical foul, obviously, but he definitely inhibited his pathway to the basket. 36-25 is our score. And the reason why I bring that up is anything can happen on a possession. Foul called against Palatine, and those could have been some good free throws that would have really helped Fremd to establish a lead this game. So far, they're up 11, but the momentum's definitely going towards Barrington's side.
But you can only do it so many before you're giving up the bonus. So.
Sorry, 2 fouls called against Barrington, 6 called against Fremd. So Barrington playing a lot better basketball. They've been better at making sure not to foul and better rebounding. Now they just got to hit a little bit more shots than Fremd from here on out, and they might pull off a victory tonight.
Fremd still with that good defense in the paint, making it hard for Barrington to score even when they get the ball in there.
Got to lessen the turnovers. Got to find a way to beat this full court press. It's causing problems for the Vikings. 2-on-1, 3 in transition.
Hunter Simios with a field goal.
And that brings it back to 14, but a beautiful inside move. And it looks like Perkins.
Reinhardt for the Broncos.
I'm going to say Reinhardt with the basket. 39-27. Barrington doing a good job at answering. They got to get a couple more stops, though, because they're still not within striking distance. They're close, but not quite there yet. Last touch by the Broncos, Viking ball. 39 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Reinhardt, the leading scorer with 8, followed by O'Donnell with 6. Budzik and Weber with 4 apiece.
And in for the Vikings, number 33, Patrick Banka.
Banka's back in the game. You can bank on it.
Read my mind.
Trying to get a nice Bruce Anderson pun in of the night.
It's contagious. Bruceitis.
Are you in fact Bruce Almighty, or do we leave that to Jim Carrey?
We leave that to Jim Carrey.
18 seconds left here on the game clock here in the third quarter.
So I would probably screw that kind of power up just as much as he did. Good movie.
4 seconds left. Banka drives, draws the foul.
No. Traveled.
Man, these refs are very stingy. They are making sure that you're going to earn all those 2 points.
And for the Vikings, number
They say
34,
travel.
Samson.
It might have looked like he stepped before he had the ball.
39-27, 2 seconds left. Long
At the
shot.
horn.
Oh.
At the end of 3,
Off
Fremd
the iron.
39, Barrington 27.
You rarely ever want to, use the backcourt. I mean the backboard. But sometimes on that half-court shot, the law of physics says it's a better probability than that straight, floater shot. But that was a nice line drive. I think it was just a little too hard, a little too flat. Went off the back iron, no good. And Barrington still trails by 12.
Probably a little too far for the bank. All he could do to reach iron.
So 39-27 is our score. And, well, if Barrington's going to lose this one, they're going to go down fighting, as we've seen a lot of intensity on defense. They force some turnovers. But, man, every time looks like they're going to get to within 10 points or underneath, that Fremd just finds a way to hit those tough three-point shots.
Yep, Barrington trying to tighten the screws and just not able to get them quite tight enough.
39-27 is our score. Barrington has 8 minutes to figure out how to get more than what Fremd is going to score in this quarter. Down by 12, you assume they're going to have to score probably 18 points is a good number for Barrington. 18 points and force some turnovers and try to hope that Patrick Banka goes cold. He's hit a good percentage of his shots on the evening.
Well, they got 14 points there in the third period, so it's possible.
They trail by 12, and like I said, I think Barrington's going to have to score 18 in this quarter. If they're going to win in regulation, obviously it could go into overtime.
And they're going to have to shut Fremd down.
They've done a good job of it, though. They force some tough shots. It's just Patrick Banka and Peyton Kim. Peyton Kim hit a nice 3 in the third quarter. Ben Weber with the drive, kicks it back out.
If Barrington gets 18, they got to hold Fremd to 6.
And first things first, got to get something to the basket. They're trying to get it inside and having trouble doing so. O'Donnell drives and too much, and he gets his own rebound. How about that? Another rebound for O'Donnell. 3-point shot, no good. O'Donnell again goes off his fingertips. And it's going to be Viking ball.
Number 10, Peyton Kim. Number 33, Patrick Banka.
So Banka and Kim back into the lineup.
So Banka back in. And I think that they let him sit for the beginning of the fourth quarter. I think he's going to play a lot of minutes here. I'd say a good 3 to 4 minutes, maybe the rest of the quarter.
And they need to play with intensity, so good idea to rest him there.
And that shot to the basket.
Charge. And Kim can't believe it. It's like, no way.
On the drive.
Player
Actually,
control
Ryan
on
Martin
number
on the
30,
drive
Ryan
there.
Martin.
Standing ovation from the fans from the towel boy. The real star of the game. The players just make him look good.
Yeah, he's wiping up the floor with him.
Bruce Anderson, everybody. He's here till Tuesday. Please tip well.
Anthony Spann driving, shooting, and gets the roll.
Anthony Span.
So his first two of the evening.
Beautiful pass to Banka. Banka, no look pass.
Oh, nice.
Who says the big man can't pass, huh? Delicious dime from Banka. No look bounce pass in transition, and
makes it look easy.
Fremd back up by 12.
When Barrington looked like they might be making a move.
Ooh, he had a drive to the basket, decided to kick
did.
it back out to O'Donnell. O'Donnell tried to draw the foul. Well, O'Donnell has a lot of intensity, a lot of hustle. He's got to work on that three-point shot, though. He's missed some open looks that could have changed the course of this game for the Broncos.
Of course, he's not alone in that tonight.
That looks like it was partially blocked. That one goes in, and it's not quite over yet, but
Martin able to split the double team and score.
Broncos need some three-pointers, and they need them rather quickly.
Or even two-pointers. They're just not getting much anything.
Drives to the basket. Ryan Martin.
Ryan Martin for the Vikings.
Shows his strength. Able to get a nice left-handed layup. You know, that left-handed layup, especially reverse style like that, it's not an easy shot, Bruce, especially if you're a right-handed guy.
No, but they're making it look easy here tonight.
45.
And Fremd just putting their foot on the gas. Able to break the press defense and get some relatively easy shots off.
There's a reason why we don't see a full court press for the entirety of a game, because sometimes you'll be able to force some turnovers, but if they break the press, it usually means an odd man break the other way and an easy transition basket for the other team.
And that's what we've been seeing here tonight. And it also takes a lot out of your defenders. Takes a lot of energy to defend full court.
40.
So, not easy to maintain it for a full half.
45-29 is our score.
5:46 left.
And Barrington's probably going to lose this one to fall to 9-7.
And 1-3 in the conference.
That's the more important thing, because that's how the tiebreaker is. First it's conference, and then your overall record. Then strength of schedule, and so on and so forth, for all those awesome statisticians that don't get the credit they deserve for figuring out seeding for the regionals.
Well, Fremd looking good for a postseason slot here. Opponent also looking good. We'll have to see how they do. Nice move there.
Well, we do know that this post-up game by Barrington is good. Gonna have to hit the gym and work on their outside shot. It's really hurt them from coming back in this one. As that's a nice inside pass.
Nice for the Vikings.
Was had a pretty quiet night, although that was his 9th point of the evening. Usually we see him a little bit, the ball in his hands a little bit more. When he's been getting the ball, it's been spot-up shots. As that one's deflected away, Barrington gets it back.
Wow, awkward.
Circus shot goes in. 47-33.
That's 12 for Reinhardt.
Well, as long as Fremd can avoid the turnover, they should win this one. And Fremd playing good team basketball. Very smart basketball, playing the clock.
Oh, threw it away.
Well, there's the turnover that I said to avoid. That helps Barrington because it stops the clock.
Dylan Simios catches that in self-defense over on the bench. Barrington will bring it up.
Let's see if Weber drives to the basket, try to draw some fouls, though the officials haven't really been calling them. Mickey O'Donnell, another three, doesn't go. Rebounded by O'Donnell! And he tried to, do that old off the feet, out of bounds thing, but it didn't work.
And a foul.
Called against the Broncos. Third team foul.
Calls on number 10, Mickey O'Donnell, team fourth.
Mickey O'Donnell probably just needing a little bit of rest there. He was all over the place on that last shot. Breaking, shooting, rebounding.
Now we just got to add scoring to his arsenal, and he'll be a really effective point guard. Got everything else, got all the other tools. Patrick Banka, wide open three.
And nothing but air.
I'll give him style points, though, for the Sox.
Mickey O'Donnell playing with 4 fouls now. They have to take it a little bit easy here. 3:50 left to play.
Driving in. That one goes in.
Gets it to go.
Man, you just got to admire this Fremd defense. Other defenders probably would have been all over the place, especially on their heels. They probably would have committed the foul. Fremd, knowing the score, make sure to back away and not foul the player, which would stop the clock and give them a 3-point chance.
And by no means an easy shot.
Just a lot of discipline on this Fremd team. Double team. Stolen away by Barrington and just not able to keep the ball there. A couple of good passes. Peyton Kim with the 3-point shot.
And it's good.
And that one will put it away. 50-35 as our score as we're entering the 3-minute mark.
That's Kim's third 3-field goal on the evening.
It was a good comeback attempt by Barrington, but in order to fully come back, you got to hit all their shots, and just the shots that Barrington needed to make, they just couldn't hit, including that one right there by Perkins. Great six-man for the Broncos. As head coach Bob Widlowski calls a timeout.
Timeout Vikings.
Assistant coach Mike Brown, not to be confused with the safety Mike Brown, who had some good years with the Bears. I'm full of NFL references, Bruce.
You are. He's got his backfield in motion over there for the Vikings.
As we see a nice the FHS in the background, of course, stands for Fremd High School. Pretty good showing tonight on Friday Night Hardcore. 2:43 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 50-35 is our score. Well, like we said, Fremd's had a good year. They struggled a little bit in that Wheeling tournament. They went 2-2. They probably expected to go at least 3-1. But other than that, there's really been no blemishes on the Fremd resume this year. And of course, that loss to Conant didn't help. But even that game against Conant, I mean, they were in control for most of the game, and then they just stopped hitting open shots.
Lost it at the end. And Barrington hoping to do that here, not able to get it to go tonight.
So 2:43 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 15-point deficit by the Broncos. As the Vikings are just going to play clock, and they can be a little bit more greedy with the shot selection, as they don't need to make shots, they just need to run out the clock or force the Broncos to foul. Nice pass to Banka. Banka, nice job not forcing a shot, and Fremd is going to get into their half-court set and try to force the Broncos to foul or give up something inside the paint. Almost traveled there as they're just playing keep away. This is when monkey in the middle becomes important, Bruce. I always hated being in the middle. I always felt, like the odd ball out.
And was that on O'Donnell? It was. O'Donnell going to have to take a seat now.
That'll be it for O'Donnell.
I believe that was his fifth.
5 fouls in high school and college, 6 in the NBA. Beautiful pass to Banka. Banka with the layup. I think he wanted to dunk that one. You saw the defender lurking in. He didn't want to risk getting hurt, so he did the layup.
So that puts Banka in double figures with 11 so far.
Draws the foul. The fans, sensing blood, don't want the foul to be called there, but it was definitely a shooting foul. 2 shots for Weber.
Calls on Kyle Sliwa.
Well, they've done a good job of containing Kyle Sliwa, maybe the most dynamic scorer on this Fremd team, but when one person doesn't show up for the Vikings, another one takes his spot. Patrick Pake has done that. And Brian Domke's had a good game as well. Peyton Kim hit 3 3-pointers. So they contained Sliwa, but everybody else came up for the Vikings, and they came up big.
And Weber can't get either of them to go. So even with wide open shots from the free throw line, Nothing falling for Barrington.
Sometimes when it rains, it pours, and 2 missed free throws there by Weber. As we're under 2 minutes now, and it's going to be a Fremd win. We just need to know what the final score is, and another shooting foul called against Fremd.
Fouls at number 35.
Reinhardt going to the line.
Will Reinhardt shooting 2 for the Broncos.
Donkey's had a very quiet 9 points. It's hard to believe that, but, you know, he's had 9 points, but it just seems like he's just barely out there. He just gets the ball, shoots it, scores, and doesn't really get the ball again for another 2 minutes. Gets the ball in transition, shoots and scores, and then goes back to the bench. It's been kind of that night for Brian Donkey.
Good scoring for Donkey as usual.
Second one, no good. Rebounded by the Vikings.
So 13 on the night for Reinhardt.
And I assume the Broncos will not foul here. They're just going to let Fremd run out the clock and try to not make it look as bad on the scoreboard. And in frustration, Weber fouls. They got more than enough to give. So that was their 15th foul. They got one more, and then Fremd will be in the bonus. But when you're down this much, I assume that the Broncos probably won't foul for the rest of the night.
It doesn't do much good to foul if they get the ball right back to inbound it and play keep away again.
You know, it is very hard. It seems like easy to just, you know, pass the ball around and run clock, but you got to be very disciplined, and they do teach this in practice about quick passes. They'll time it on a stopwatch, and just to try to get you into that mindset to not let the crowd influence you, not know how many seconds are on the clock, just know where your teammates are at all times, make clean passes, and don't try to force anything. Know how many timeouts you have as well.
Spread out that defense so they can't double team.
Well, it's going to be a Fremd Viking. It's going to be a Fremd Viking win, Bruce. So, what does Barrington need to work on for their next game?
They just got to get those shots to fall. Their intensity was good. Their hustle was good. They just weren't getting it to fall.
Timeout Viking.
And it's especially bad when you can't hit from the free throw line.
Not that it mattered much. I mean, this game was pretty much decided with those missed 3-pointers. As the fans from Fremd really getting into it.
So 29 seconds remaining. 52-36 the score.
In for the Vikings, 22 Dylan Simeon, 52 Austin Schwantz.
So Fremd with a lot of substitutions
25,
here.
Patrick Kirka. And number 23, KJ Jackson.
Kirka enters the game. He's a senior on this Fremd team. And he almost traveled in his first couple of seconds of action. And thought it might have been backcourt violation.
Then for the Vikings, number 24,
That
Brock
was very
Rubin.
close. Had one, he was straddling the line, definitely.
In for the Broncos,
Knocked it off the foot of the defender.
number 5, Bart Sussel. And number 34, Eli.
It's always
Molina.
good to get playing time, Bruce, but sometimes it can be a little
Also
disheartening
in for
knowing,
Barrington, number
oh
30,
man, my
Blake
only job is to
Gosling.
just pass the ball. Oh, can't shoot. We just want to run out the clock and get a win.
Also in for Barrington, number 50, Jake Parsons.
And now some substitutions for Barrington.
And Jake Parsons enters the game. Fremd is going to improve to 13-4, 3-1 in conference play. Barrington falls to 9-7, 1-3 in the Midwest Conference, Suburban Conference, I should say. That ends the game.
And 1 and 3 is a
Their
big
final score,
conference
Fremd,
hold to dig yourself
52.
out of.
Barrington, 36.
Final score: Fremd wins 52-36 over the Barrington Broncos. I'm Kyle Smith, along with my color commentator, Bruce Anderson, wishing everyone a Happy New Year. Drive home safely, everyone.